Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is David, this is David K Reacts, and today is the last day of Disney month. I'm quite sad about that, even though I'm recording this well in advance of said day, just because it's been so much fun bringing all that awesome music to this channel. I think I keep gaining renewed love for Disney's music. It's so incredibly vast in scope and in stylistic difference, and yet, you know, there's often that kind of thread that ties it in and you recognize something as a Disney song. Especially if you do what we've been doing over the last week, which is track the evolution of Disney. What a Disney song was in, you know, the 1950s is not what a Disney song is now, but if you've made that progression, it is identifiable. You do recognize that you're still listening to something that comes from the same place. So it's been incredible to bring this to the channel. I've had so much fun. I'm definitely going to do themed months, 100%. There's definitely a musical theatre month coming, because obviously there is. I'm me. That's one of my kind of core topics. And I'm thinking, I don't know if there's enough out there, but if there is, I'd love to do a video game month, because that would just be hilarious. That might end up just being VoicePlay. I don't know who else has done video game themes, but I'm sure they're out there. I will go hunting. But for today, it is a VoicePlay Reactacular. I might actually call it that. That was spur of the moment, but I like it. I don't know how much of this I'm going to get through, but I'm going to try and get through the ACA Top 10 Disneys. This does not include ACA Top 10 or ACA Disney Broadway, whatever it's called, which I believe is only 4 songs and is different and is on Disney's channel, etc., etc. I decided I'm not going to do that one right now. What I am hopefully going to do, depending if I have the time or not, is get through Heroes, Sidekicks and Villains. That's the goal. I just realized one thing. I am going to preemptively, just because I've been caught out by this recently, I'm going to preemptively turn notifications off in case anybody's working late again, because I keep getting tripped up by that. Anyway, we'll see how far I get. What I may even do, we'll see how this video goes, but what I may end up doing is cutting and coming back at a later time, hopefully if I have enough time before Tuesday the 28th, which will be when this is going out. I'll be able to maybe fit in a second recording if I don't manage to get it all done at once. We'll see how this goes. If we get to the end of this video and I've only done 2 of them, sorry. I don't mean to overpromise, I'm just hopeful and excited. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you haven't been before. The ACA Top 10s are a little different to my usual reactions. What I'm going to do with this, kind of what I did with the medleys last week, I'm just going to watch the video straight through, emote, comment over... Oh, not throw my phone on the floor. Emote, comment over the top, all that sort of thing, and then go back. And my analysis is somewhat less deep for an ACA Top 10 because the style that they're in doesn't really allow for the same depth I go into, but I will still go into some commentary. It may even just be about my experience with a song, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Every ACA Top 10 so far has been a little different, I think. That's that. Please do like the video if you enjoy this. If you're just interested in reactions, I will put time codes to the reactions in the description, and you should be able to click on them in the track bar on YouTube. But do like the video if you enjoy it, subscribe to my channel. If you want to know every time I post, hit that notification bell and you can select all or some notifications. And if you would like to, please do head over to buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts. I did just want to take a moment, I apologise for the cut there, cache on my phone died and I had to reload Buy Me a Coffee to be able to check myself here, but many thanks to Alex Walker, to Starry Night Diner, and to Karina Rodebeck, all of whom recently purchased coffees. I am very, very appreciative, and also to Jen Flynn, who made an enormous contribution. I'm very grateful to you for that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support that you're all giving this channel. It means an enormous amount to me, and I hope you continue to enjoy the work that I'm putting out. I think that's going to be that. What I normally do with this is I try and predict what songs are going to come up. I feel like Disney's canon is so vast. When were these actually recorded? So 2017 for Heroes, 2018 for Sidekicks, 2019 for Villains. Oh, that's funny. I've got them lined up in chronological order. Awesome. Who is going to be in this? I have no idea. Here's an interesting question. Who do I think might be in all three of them? Or will anybody be in all three of them? I haven't looked at the song list. I have no idea what's coming up. I can guess a little bit based on t-shirts. But here's the thing, and I don't know if you agree with me. Not every Disney movie has a good song for all three of these criteria. Hero, sidekick, and villain. Some have amazing... Little Mermaid. I just did VoicePlay's The Little Mermaid, so I know for a fact Part of Your World, Poor Unfortunate Souls, and Under the Sea, I would think. Could be Kiss the Girl. No, probably not. I mean, that's a very sidekicky thing. But no, probably Under the Sea. I would say that might be in all three of them. What else have I seen recently? I'm also going to be probably covering songs that I've covered in other videos and medleys that I've done recently, and that's fine. I've no problem with that. I'm also going to be covering songs that I know... I say I know. This assumes they're in here. I know for a fact, for example, VoicePlay has done Friends on the Other Side. It would not surprise me, as a result, if that is in the Villains. Because I feel like sometimes, like when I saw the ACA Top 10 Broadway, and then Wicked and Phantom have both been done. So it feels like maybe these are kind of like sounding boards for what might be popular? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but... anything else? Maybe The Lion King? I could see... what do we got? Be Prepared? Hakuna Matata? Probably. Oh, and I Just Can't Wait to Be King? Probably. Yeah, okay, Lion King's probably in all three of them. Beauty and the Beast? Maybe? I'm going to stop guessing. Otherwise I'm going to be here forever, because Disney, you may have noticed this, has a rather large catalogue of music. Let's just go into this then. So, without any further delay, here is ACA Top 10 Disney Heroes, featuring J-Nun. And this is when Earl was still with the group, of course. So we have our 5-person lineup as we see here. What am I saying straight away? Hercules, Aladdin, Moana, Lion King, and Little Mermaid. That all checks out. There are some great hero songs there. So here we go. Maybe.
I have often dreamed of a far-off place where a hero's welcome, waiting for me. I'll be there someday. I can go the distance.
That makes sense. Great song. Great song.
If I can be strong, I know every mile will be worth my while.
Ooh, lovely harmony.
Distance I'll be right with number 9. And so I'll read a book or maybe 2
yep.
or 3.
Rapunzel's songs are fantastic. Or Tangled songs, I should say. But Rapunzel too. Yes, Earl.
Just wonder when will my life begin. Number 8. I will protect you from all around you.
Oh! Tarzan. Of course. Ooh! Hi, Jeff. This is a great song. Yep. I like it. Oh! This makes sense. Oh, nice.
Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Number 5. Who is that girl? I see, staring straight back at me. When will my reflection show I am inside?
Nice. Yes, Ellie!
What?
Nice. Oh, cool.
Required for jumping, dancing. What's the word again? Oh yeah. Street.
Ooh.
Up where they stay all day in the sun, wondering.
I love this beat.
Could be part of that world number. See the line where the sky meets the sea.
Checks out, yep. Such a good song. Oh, that's lovely. Yep. Oh, nice, Jeff. Of course.
Let it go, let it go. Turn away and let go. Here I stand.
Ooh, that was interesting. Oh, I like it. Oh.
Hey! Thank you so much for watching ACA Top 10 Disney Heroes, featuring none other than Mr. J. There it is. Find him
that?
everywhere. Subscribe to his channel. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you haven't already, check us out on patreon.com. And we will see you soon. Cheers, y'all. Bye.
Nice. Nice! That's really fun. I like that. Some solid choices. A couple I didn't think of. But very, very cool. I like that a lot. I always forget One Jump Ahead. I don't know why. It's such a fun song. I really like it's such a great combination. I mean, VoicePlay always has good combinations. They know the artists they work with so well, whether they're permanent members or otherwise. But this is such a great combination. And I love the humor. Disney's so great for humor. It's so easy to put humor into Disney, and they do it so well. I really like this. Okay, I'm just going to go back and watch again. I think that's the best thing to do with these. So, yeah, let's see this through. I'll be interrupting this time, pausing, etc. So, yeah.
I have often dreamed of a far-off place where our heroes were.
It's a nice start, just with Jane on at the beginning there, and I love that there's that sense of everyone else is just still, and he's just like, yeah, this is me. This is what I'm going to sing about right now. I like that there's a sense with the ACA Top 10, as far as I can tell, that they always start off with something small, even if it's like the video games obviously had the drinking sound effect. Broadway I enjoyed starting with just the two of them in front of the curtain. This I like that we're just starting off with a single voice and expanding out quickly. Because in a top 10 like this, you don't have as much time to develop. The evolution can't be slow, because if it's slow, you have two songs down the line before you filled everything out completely. And so it's a different style of arranging doing something like this. Speaking of which, one thing I didn't look at is who... Arranged by Jeff. That makes complete sense. Filmed at Creative Stream Studios, video Lane and Jeff, camera assistant Nick Perez. Cool. Oh, what's this? I didn't see this in the description. Who is that Earl I see staring straight at Ellie? When will my reflection show jellied ham and rice? Yum. What? I have no idea, but okay. That's in the description on YouTube if you want to see it. Okay. Anyway.
Of a far-off place, I have often dreamed of a far-off place.
I didn't see Jeff looking the wrong way to start. Small things. Small things. That's funny.
Where a hero's welcome. I'll be there soon.
That's a nice choice too, that Jeff starts in their pitch. He doesn't start down low. So it doesn't for those of us who know what Jeff can do, it almost doesn't sound like he's joined in yet, except it does, of course, because it fills out the harmony. But I love that he starts in their pitch. It's a really nice touch, because then that's where the evolution can happen. Sure, we've got the extra voice in, but he's not doing his standout thing yet. He's doing the thing he also does extremely well, which is blending in with everybody else. But it's not necessarily what you expect coming into the beginning of something. Lane looks very shocked right now.
I'll be there someday. I can go the distance. I will find my way. If I can be strong, I know that.
I love that Lane's just enjoying himself until that point too. This one I think I might be breaking down a little more than I usually do, but that's fine. The ACA top 10s are a little bit of a wild card. This slow introduction of the harmony is fantastic, and then that drop down as Lane comes in and dum 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 from Jeff. Really, really nice touches. Also, Ellie, I think Earl's got you beat in the gun show. Just saying. It looks like Earl's got most of us beat.
If I can be strong, I know every mile.
And he realizes it. I didn't see that. I'm going to stop here. I love these cards that they're holding up each time. The graphic design on them is really, really good. Just very simple. The shadow, the title, and the name of the song. Simple, effective, doesn't distract you for any length. You're not sort of sitting there trying to pass what's going on the sheet of paper. It just is what it is. I like that.
Earth, my wild, I go the distance. I'll be right with number 9.
I love that. The num from Jay. You almost don't realise it's going into number 9. That's great. I love Go the Distance is such an inspiring song. I feel like it's the kind of Disney Eye of the Tiger moment in some ways. It just has that vibe about it. But yeah, it's a great chance to start this out. I like it a lot.
And so I'll read a book, or maybe 2 or 3. I'll have you get paintings to my gallery.
A couple of things I really like here. The harmony is just gorgeous for a start, but I also love their decision to do this gallery, like they're changing how they sing along a little bit, then they emphasize the break in the melody, and then they come back in on an ooh to support. So it's kind of like a cat fills up any box it's in. My God, what was that analogy? I don't know where that came from. But it's that sense that the harmony is expanding to fill any space that's left, but then giving room to anything else that's going on at the same time, which is fantastic.
I'll have you get paintings to my gallery. Just wonder when will my life begin under it.
Lovely high notes from Earl there. I love hearing him sing up. It's fantastic. He's got such a brilliant tone to sit above a harmonic arrangement. It's really, really impressive. This is a real hit song for me recently. I didn't see Tangled for a very long time. I don't know why, it just kind of cruised under the radar a bit for me. And then I saw it and fell in love with it immediately. It's such a fun film. So yeah, I have a real soft spot for this one.
When will my life begin under it? I will protect you from all around you. Don't you cry.
Nice. I love that you've got Jay and Jeff singing this, so you kind of have those two different levels. It puts... I am not the biggest fan of the Tarzan music. I don't think that's a particularly hot take. It's maybe lukewarm at best. Or at worst, I should say. I feel there's some good music in it, but it doesn't have the same punch as a lot of the Disney stuff. I actually watched a video recently on a channel that talked about it being the thing that almost slowed Disney to a halt temporarily because it was so unexpected, and the fact that it's very Greek chorus narrative songs rather than necessarily being, very much characterful, keep the story moving stuff. I like Breaking the Camp. If I get that in my head, it's stuck in there for ages. But that's not really a song. I don't know, am I making enemies here? I hope not. But I like that they're making this more interesting by varying the pitch at which it's being sung. I'm so sorry, I have something wedged in my eye that is not going to leave it. There we go. It feels better. It's an effective piece of arranging for a song that could be less interesting than what's around it.
Cause you be in my heart. Yes, you be in my heart. Stay on.
The call and response thing is great. I really like that. I think it's a nice way of doing the harmony for this. Keeps it interesting, even though they've slowed down. They haven't slowed down, even though the song has, if that makes more sense, because there is something consistently happening, and I think that's a really good decision for something like this, especially this early in the arrangement. In the medley, sorry.
You'll be in my heart. Stay on now and forevermore. Oh, number 7. Ooh, one jump ahead of the long man. That's all. Whoa, these guys don't appreciate.
What was that, Lane? I love nothing more than hearing all the sounds he comes up with. I like the bouncing of this between the different voices. It keeps up the pace of the song. This is something you want to have a lot of motion in it, and this is a great way of doing it while they're just sort of standing or sitting in front of microphones. It gives a dynamism to the video and to the vocals, which is a really smart decision. I've been saying this a lot this month, but I should go back and watch Aladdin again. I haven't seen it for a long time.
Whoa, these guys don't appreciate. Riff raff, street rat, scoundrel. Take that, just a little snack time.
I just saw Jaina and the huge eyes. I feel like Crazy Eyes is something VoicePlay in general does very, very well. Is that a weird observation? I don't know. I feel like I'm slightly loopy today. I don't know why.
Take that, just a little snack time. We'll be moving number 6. Whoa.
I like that it's a slightly quicker change into number 6 than you expect it to be. It's sort of the way that Earl's done that, the way the arrangement has done that, Earl leading it, of course, in this moment. You think it's going to go somewhere else, and then it just pulls back into it. It's not jarring somehow. It works. Even though it's, in terms of the rhythm, it comes in, a bar later than you might expect it. Very cool.
Moving number 6. Whoa.
Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon?
Or ask
The grinning
why.
grin.
I like the look at Lane there. He does grin a lot. I think it's a really interesting choice to have Jeff sing this because it's a song. It's got such a recognizable melody, and the fact that they've thrown it down low is a really nice choice because it gives it like a grounded quality that sits really well in terms of, how down to earth this is as a song, and how I said it when I covered Voctive, like how very, very important this is as a piece of music. This is something that we should, everyone should listen to and take to heart because it's an important song, I think, of just understanding how much there is out there that we don't understand and need to try to understand. Anyway, no political soapbox here, but I think there's a groundedness in having Jeff sing it that's a really nice choice.
Or ask
The grinning
why.
grin. Can you sing all the voices of the mountain?
Mountain.
Oh, that's nice. The chord on Mound is not what you'd expect, and it clashes a little with that lovely bass note. That's the other thing, is when there's a lovely tonic or a strong subdominant or dominant in the melody, and it's the bass who's singing it, it enables that note to be a really strong ground, and then you can play above it. And 10, the chord on 10 of Mountain, is what you expect to hear when you get a bass note like that. And the fact that Mount is not quite that, I think... Not 100% sure. I think it might be the dominant. I think that might be a perfect cadence, except it's above the tonic note, which is a really interesting choice. I might be wrong about that. This video is going to be long anyway. I'm not going to sit and analyze it. Maybe I'll check it and put it in the notes if I think about it on the way back. But it's a really, really nice little moment of crunch that resolves really beautifully.
Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Number 5. Who is that girl I see?
I love this pulled back beat that they're using for Reflection. It's a really cool choice. Because you've got this kind of soaring feeling going on, and so rather than do it with a huge chorus that they don't have, they do it with a really effective broken down arrangement underneath it. Like that stop there, where everything just drops out, it really kind of catches your attention. It's a really smart decision, this.
With all the colors of the wind, number 5. Who is that girl I see? Staring straight back at me. When will my reflection show I am?
Oh, that chord that they sing on Am, that just holds onto the melody, that's beautiful. Who I am. It's not what you expect. It fits perfectly, and yet it's not where we think they're going based on what they've done so far. It's a very... that's a very musical theatre chord to my ear, and I love that they've put that in there. It's a great choice. And it just enrichens everything. Is that a word? I don't know. Everything that's going on around it. We've got this beautiful harmonic difference. I like how each of these songs, it's a little bit more separated harmonically than the previous ACA Top 10s I've covered, and I think that's a really good decision.
Reflection show I am inside.
Okay, before Ellie goes too crazy, I love that the harmonic sort of shift that's going on underneath those notes is gorgeous, and then we have this beautiful riff, which of course, I knew Ellie could riff already, but having seen stuff like Tennessee Whiskey and what have you, I'm not surprised by anybody's riffing anymore in this group. But it's fantastic, and although they play it for comedy, it could also be very effective in its own right. I also love that Jay played it full out there, except it wasn't anywhere near as full out as Ellie. That's nice.
What? Vaccine for life. You don't get too far.
Okay, I'm just going to let this play through because I just want to listen to the whole thing, but I love this, like the pulse and the pace that they've put into this. It's like there's something about the energy here. This is such a happy song anyway, and the fact that they've kind of given it this like it's this pulse that just pushes us forwards, really, really cool. And it's a great break from having just had two more serious songs they did this with Little Mermaid itself, just snapping out of that into something really cool like this.
Vaccine for life. Things you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, dancing, run along down what's the word again? Oh yeah, street.
Oh, that bell chord. Sorry, it did have to interrupt after all. That build on Street is brilliant.
What's the word again? Oh yeah, street. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world number.
That run down there as well, like such a classic descent. I love the way they've handled it in this. It's kind of, I think it's what the song does, if I remember correctly. I don't think it does anything different, but I love its usage here. And it's almost as prominent as Earl himself, the way that they've sort of balanced it with how it's been voiced. Because, of course, there's less balancing going on with the ACA Top 10s being live, but they've still managed to create this great use of push and pull in how loud the harmony is, and how much it intrudes on the primary vocal.
Wish I could be part of that world number. See the line where the sky meets the sea. It calls me.
Very subtle descent there from Jeff, actually. I want to go back on that bass line. Just that run down into that very bottom note that he sings there and comes back up again. There's nothing ostentatious about this bass part right now. It's quite reserved, but it's really, really effective underneath all of this. And of course, I love the harmonies in this song anyway. I think they're representing them really well. Also, shout out to Lane at this point. I haven't said anything about him, really. But he's killing it with the beatboxing here. It's fantastic. The vibe is perfect for each song in the arrangement. He's just done a really, really good job with this.
It calls me. The sea stays behind me.
They're playing a lot here. I love that extension that they did. Ooh, wow. I love that length of that note, just holding on underneath everything else, and then they come back in with this beautiful harmony here.
Sail on the sea stays behind me. If I go, there's just no telling how I'll go.
One thing that Earl offers so well is the ability to harmonize above a melody. Just throwing that out there. He does such a good job with this.
Number 2. Everybody look left, look right. Everybody look right, look
I love how much Jay is putting into his turns. That's great.
Everybody look left, look right. Everybody look right, look right. Everywhere you look out, standing in the spotlight. Let's hear it in the herd and all the just
I love that Jeff's note there could almost be the growl from Jay and Elliot being pushed back by Earl. Also just a lovely note to have. It's a great point to have that drop, and then have everything come back in again.
Everybody look right, look right. Everywhere you look out, standing in the spotlight. Let's hear it in the herd and all the just can't wait to be king.
Oh, I like that in the background. Just can't wait to be king. That's nice. Those little rhythmic plays with an established, like that we know what the rhythm is supposed to be under those lyrics. It's really nice having that sort of play around with the rhythms in the accompaniment.
Let's hear it in the herd and all the just can't wait to be king. Just can't wait to be king. Number 1. Can't hold back anymore.
I love that. What's up with Jeff? Why is he singing this? That's great.
Let it go, let it go.
They're doing some really interesting things with the harmony here too. Like they're moving around a lot more than the real song does. Real song. What does that mean? The original song. Like if you listen to the notes even that Jeff is singing, you can hear it quite clearly. There's some motion there that is not in the original.
Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. Here I stand in the light of day. Let the storm rage on.
Oh, that's interesting too. Let the storm rage on. Just the subtle changes in both harmony and melody that are going on are really smart.
Light of day. Let the storm rage on. Cold never bothered me anyway.
I love it. It's not even the elegant kind of Elsa movement. It's like full-on Power Ranger for a minute there. That's great. I'm sort of stopped commenting on the movies themselves just because I think the Disney allows a little bit more commentary on the music, I think, than some of what they were doing in the ACA Top 10s I've covered so far. But just gorgeous. I really like what they did with this arrangement. I think they changed things up just enough to keep it interesting while making everything highly recognizable, which is fantastic. That's kind of excellent arranging right there. Yeah. I don't know, were there other things I'd like to see in here? Probably, but I think they made some solid choices. I think, like I said, I might axe Tarzan, but that's just me. I'm not a big fan. But I really enjoyed this. That's a great video, great medley. I love the humour that they threw in, some of it perfectly in place with the original song and some of it completely against where the original song's going, and that's just fine because they do it really well, and it allows them to kind of make it the performance original as well as the arrangement, which is something VoicePlay does so very well. In the interest of seeing how much I can get through, I'm not going to say an awful lot now. I'm just going to move on to the Disney Sidekicks medley. I did a poll actually on the VoicePlay Discord just to see which one people wanted me to do, and I think this was the one that came out the lowest, if I recall. Or was it? I can't remember. But I was a little bit surprised. Villains won, which doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Disney writes a very good villain song, but I remember being slightly surprised by whatever came in last place. Now, I love here, this background with the lists of all of the characters is fantastic. And is it all the sidekicks? Yeah, it is, isn't it? There's none of the heroes here, and I think there's some side villains as well, like I'm seeing Car. But there's none of the primary villains and none of the heroes. That's cool. I like that. Anyway, what do we got? So we've got Timon, we've got an Olaf, we've got a Yondu, of course Mickey and Goofy, and what's that in the background? Oh, is that Lumiere? Does his shirt say lit? That's great. If that's what I think it is, that's great. I think that's Lumiere. I see a candle being held up. Anyway, here we go. Disney Sidekicks.
There once was a land full of magic and adventure.
Okay.
And evil. Heroes and villains. Princes and princesses. This song is about none of those things. This one goes out to the sidekicks.
There's a carrot. Ooh. Oh, yes, sir. Nice. That's not what I expected. Yes. Ooh, nice note. That's Jay on bass, isn't it? I love it. Nice. Nice, I like it. Oh, nice. Of course.
Winter's a good time to stay in and snuggle. I'll be in summer and I'll be
Oh, nice. Ooh, nice note, sir. Oh, smart. No, yep.
There's no need to pray, it's okay. You're welcome. I guess that's just my way of being me. You're welcome.
Nice, I like it. Yes. Of course.
You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend like me. You ain't never had a friend like me.
Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's fun. Anything to say? Okay, I'm going to pause that because I haven't heard Moana yet and I don't want to spoil it, and it doesn't look like they're going to say anything this time. That's fun. That's fun. It reminds you how many good songs out there that we know as being classics. Like, you think about Be Our Guest, Under the Sea, The Bare Necessities, they're all the Sidekicks. I mean, it's a bit of a superhero term, sidekick, but I see why they've gone for it. But it's a lot of secondary characters in Disney have some incredible music. I also love that, I think even more than the heroes, we're seeing some of the prototypical elements of stuff they build out, like seeing Sebastian, Jay's kind of beginning for Sebastian, Jeff's beginning for Baloo. I like that I've sort of seen what's come of some of these. Same with Broadway when I saw that, having already seen Wicked. And I'll be interested to see what they've done with other, because I know, trying to think if there's anything else in here that I know they've done. Did they do a Frozen medley? I feel like maybe I saw that somewhere. I know they've done Moana. Yeah, there's more stuff to come. But yeah, this is great. I got a kick out of this. I think it's unusual to highlight this this particular group of individuals in the movie. And I like that they've done that because there is some really good music out there. So anyway, here we go. Let's have a look at this again.
There once was a land full of magic and adventure.
This is so good.
And evil, heroes and villains, princes and princesses. This song is about none of those things. This one goes out to the Sidekicks.
That's such a good introduction. I love it. This song is about none of those things. Very well played. I like it. Couple of things that are majorly different there. I like the fact that they're singing it strictly in tempo. There's not the push and pull. There's a lot of rubato in the original song. But it allows, not only does it kind of keep the motion, you start with a lot of motion, which of course you don't want to start. You want to start with something potent, and I think that's a really good choice to do it that way. I think this song could, in this kind of arrangement, might feel like it's a little out of place if it was too draggy right at the beginning. But it also allows Lane to have this amazing beat underneath it, which is not what you expect from this at all. And I like that. I think it gives you, it immediately says this is not your average arrangement. It's going to be something a little bit different. I also love this shift that Ellie does. Comes to, instead of to, because it's not going to sing, comes to you, comes to, and then we're going to use that to key change up. Key, there we go. It's a smart choice to do that. It's subtle, and yet your ear catches it, because it goes, hang on a minute, that's not what I'm used to. Oh, we're going somewhere else. This is nice too. Like, they're not doing anything too different, but it works so well for this group. Like, this song is fantastic. I'd love to see them do this in full. I feel like they could have a lot of fun with the video for this. But it sounds fantastic, and I think Earl does a great job because he has, like right now, he goes up to this lovely height that he can pull off that sort of sets apart what the melody of this song is. Like it sits above the harmony solidly, and they've done that really well with this arrangement.
Tie your napkin round your neck, Cherie, and we'll provide the rest. Go on, unfold your menu, take a glance, and then you'll be our guest, be our guest, be our guest number 8.
Yeah, that's really, really nice. I think that's a very, very good arrangement. I like the there's little bits like the little drop where there's a little bit of a break in the rhythm for a moment, and it's just they balance stuff like this really well with doing little bits that make it very, very unique to them, and then being able to be consistent to what we're expecting from the original if they're not breaking out completely. This is really good. Is this Hi-Ho as done by Hamilton? Like, it's got a very Lin-Manuel Miranda vibe going on for just a second here. I like this. This is not what I expected, and it's great. It's nice because, I mean, there isn't an awful lot to that song. And that choice to make it kind of very much more upbeat, contemporary, it's a really, really smart decision, I think. Because it does something, again, it catches the ear because it's doing something you don't expect, even though the kind of foundation is loosely there the whole time. We don't lose that. But yeah, that's a lot of fun. Ooh, interesting line from Jeff there. Under Days. He's got a bit of motion in this. I like that. It breaks the harmony a little bit, and yet where he comes up to, it kind of resolves it back down again to what we expect. I love that. He's so good at doing those things where you get that bum, 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 bum. We know what's coming next, and then boom, right down into the bass. And it's a great break for a medley. Like, it's a nice reset going into a new song. I got distracted there. Let's just going to listen one more time to what everyone else is doing. Nice. This I'm assuming is Jay's just picked up the microphone because he's now singing bass. I like that, because you can hear the bass there. He doesn't have quite the projection that Jeff has down there, which is not surprising. I don't think many people do, but it's nice to sort of see that in a live environment of having him take over and sing this. Oh, I like that. Bare necessities now. That's cute. Oh, da simple necessity. Oh, I really like what the harmony's doing in this. I love Jeff's version, don't get me wrong. I think that's way up there with my awesome versions. But I like what they're doing with this. It offers something a little bit different in the harmony, in a way that Jeff's arrangement wasn't trying to. So that's fine and totally expected. But I really enjoyed this as well. That's why I'm back and settled down now. That's Chef's trying not to crack up. That's great. I love that as a change. It's so funny. I like that they're also, like, Ellie's just like, settle down now, like, just keep it cool, and Earl's very much like, no, calm down. I like they've got their different interpretations of that. I like that we've got the prototype here for a lot of what happens in Under the Sea. But it's also, this is more true to the original, like the "whoa" being vocal rather than being the sung version that we've got. I think, guess who's going to be on that play? I'm trying to remember I've listened to the VoicePlay medley so many times recently, but it's kind of, I forget exactly what they did there. But I just like the fact that you could hear them experimenting a little bit here, and we'll hear more of that in the arrangement I reacted to 2 weeks ago. But you know what I mean. I like that. Under the sea. Again, not a harmony you would expect. Very effective.
Under the sea, under the sea, under the sea, under the sea. We got no troubles. Life is the bubbles under the number 4. Finally see a summer breeze blow away a winter storm. And find out what happens to solid water when it gets warm. And I can't wait to see this.
Oh, did Lane just did the cheek tapping thing? I didn't.
Solid water when it gets warm.
Oh, he did. Not quite as detailed as it was in Mermaid, but that's fun.
Wait to see when my buddies on Piccadilly. Just imagine how much cooler I'll be inside.
This is such a ridiculous song. I love it. And I like what they're doing. Like, I love that there's a little bit of kind of overplaying going on here. Suits it really well. And of course, the Carrot Lord comes to join us.
Winter's a good time to stay in and snuggle. Put me in summer and I'll be
That's actually a pretty good Olaf. Just saying. It's not far off. Oh, I love that this starts so sparse. We've just got the one with Jeff, with the percussion, and then as he goes down and drops into, I'm trying to figure out if that's a sub or not. I think it might be. And then you get whoa, and everything fills out. That's really, really effective. I also like the choice of beat for this. Again, not quite what you'd expect, and I really like it. Also, now I just want to see Jeff play Bert. That inclusion of the number right there is so smooth. Like, you don't if you weren't listening properly, you wouldn't think they'd done anything different there. That's really cool. I like how smoothly they integrated that. That's lovely. I like the handoff from Jeff, especially from going all the way down into his boots, then handing right up to Earl. Again, that's like lovely thing of that the height, the breadth in the arrangement. That's really effective. And again, even there, pour me a kiss, pour me a kiss, whatever it is that Jeff sings down there. Just those two voices for just a second. That wonderful gap that VoicePlay has in the range they have on, effectively on a keyboard in terms of how wide. If you look at it, that's 2/3 of a piano right there. I like the breaks in the harmony here again. They're creating space. It's really, really effective. But I like, again, we've got this, Earl being so high above the melody. It's really effective in this case because it does have that sense of, even while Maui or Jainan here is trying to kind of brag a little bit, there's something that's just kind of putting a little bit of a damper on that, or in this case, like his vocal is merged really nicely in with the group in such a way that there is something standing out a little bit that's above him as well. I think it's a really effective piece of arranging here. So I want to go back on that one more time, actually. I also like Jainan's kind of like bigging it up a little bit here, and the others just aren't paying attention. That's a good choice. Oh, nice from Lane there. I'm never ceased to be amazed by the flexibility and the agility of a good beatboxer. It's really, really impressive. I love this arrangement. It's pacey, it's a big punchy thing to end on. It's a classic song. Like, hugely classic. Great choice, great choice. Interesting, I like that we start playing with the vocal height here. It's really effective. Earl, it's so great because Earl like really can wail this out over the top, and then as we come in towards the ending, we start closing things off again, and we get this really tight togetherness of the group before they finish the song. Really, really, really good arranging. I like all those that it's Earl that's offering that never had friend. Like, he's the one that's offering that augmented fifth there that stands out as being something that gives that lovely transition between these three chords, and yet it's up high. It's not in the middle of the pack, which is really nice, actually. You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend like me. That's really, really nice. I love that, and I like that they break out into speech for a moment before coming back into the song. Like, they've just done so much cool stuff there. I also didn't realise when they're doing the never, they're actually singing never, but it's so, they've cut the consonant on the never. It's so small, you don't actually hear it. It almost sounds like they're just saying never. It's like a change of vowel rather than actually a word. That's really effective. And then this, I love this ending. This is great. I was thinking it sounded like someone had blown a raspberry there. Lane just did. Great. It suits the comedy of the song a little bit. Because there's an inherent like humour in this, of course, and I love it. It's a great way to end. This is fun. And the toss of the poster. That's really cool. I enjoy that. There's some really good. Oops, I didn't do that. There's some really good stuff in that. It's nice to see some songs highlighted and to realise it's not just the heroes. Sure, they're on the hero team, but it's not the primary hero that always gets the amazing music. Of course, you know, as we've seen with the Disney princess stuff that we've done recently, they get some incredible songs, but there's also some really good stuff in the side characters as well. And I like that Disney writes really good side characters who are just as interesting, and it offers a lot of variety in the cast of their films. Was there anything funny for this one, I realise? Oh, arrangement Jeff, Ellie, and Lane. Don't see that all the time. Video is Lane, set design was Jeff. I like that. All those, the sheets with all the character names, that was really cool, actually. Production coordinator Kathy, production assistant Rec Dunn, filmed Orlando. I like that we're seeing more. Like, you can see the evolution already from 2017. There's more people involved in this. Studio microphones graciously provided by AKG. That's nice. I didn't realise they were sponsored with this. No carrots were harmed in the making of this video, except that one. That one was hurt over and over and over and over. That's good. Alright, let's finish this one off. I think I've just got enough time to punch out number 3. I'm not trying to rush these, but I also don't want this video to be 2 hours long. I'm already pushing it with the length of some of these. But also I think it's fun to see these 3 in sequence. It's kind of, it feels right. So here, different set again. Who have we got? We've got Frollo, we've got Darth Vader. Okay. I like that there's the Star Wars and Marvel references, because of course they are Disney properties, even if they don't have songs. I wonder if I Don't Know What Christmas Is had come out before this, whether they'd have included that. Scar, of course, Hades, and Dr. Facilia. Love it. Love it. Great lineup. Alright, well, let's see what Villains has in store for us. Yes.
Well, I got boo-boo, I got things I ain't even tried.
Nice. I know Jay came back to do this, so. Oh, nice. That's a great song. I really like that. This is a good choice. Ah! I didn't see this coming. Oh, of course. That makes sense. Nice. Hear the prototype for this too. Just in time for the cats. Oh! Oh, I like this. Yes! Oh, I love it. Oh, yeah, that checks out. Oh, I like what they've done with this too. Hey, bud. Yes. Nice. Oh, yeah. If you wanna cross the bridge, my street, you gotta pay the toll. Take a cold, take a breath, and go ahead and sign the scroll. Find some text, some now, and counter boys, the boss is on roll. Poor unfortunate century. Oh, yes. This is great. Oh, nice. Yes. Wait, they did this? Okay, I'm not spoiling that for myself if they did this. I want to hear that. Oh, that was great. Timmy's sitting here going, I'm surrounded by idiots. Actually, I want to hear Jeff say that. Oh, what a fantastic medley. Yeah, there's a couple of songs I should have guessed that I like. Hellfire, obviously. Again, I like that we've seen a little bit of the prototype for what came afterwards with some of the stuff. And then something like Poor Unfortunate Souls, of course, completely different. I like it's cool. I love that there's that variety in what they offer. Don't you think, baby? He says yes. He said, I heard the cats. I decided I'd come and try and say hello. Okay. So, let's just go back and do this. That's a great start. So dynamic, like it's very, very oh my goodness. I don't know if you probably can't see this. I'm surrounded by flying cat fur right now. He's chewing on the microphone. Sorry if you could hear that. It's such a dynamic start. I like that. That's great. Also, I love the purple. So this is something, I don't know if everybody knows this, one of the big things with old comic books in particular was colouring, was huge, because you only had a limited number of colours, and so it's very common that heroes were represented by the primary colours, red, yellow and blue, and villains would often be represented by the secondary, which would be orange, green and purple. So if you think of someone like Mysterio, he's green and purple, that means he's a bad guy. It was very kind of evident in the colouring. Spider-Man, Superman, red and blue. You had the occasional odd ones, like, of course, the Hulk was green, originally grey, and things like that. Batman, of course, being black. But the coloration, a lot of the time, there was that. So I love that they've chosen purple to be the colour in the window behind. That's a great choice.
Table, put your mind at ease. If you relax, it will enable you to do anything I please. Well, I got.
This is great. I'm really looking forward to seeing Friends on the... Not that I wasn't anyway, but seeing Jay do this as a full-on song. Princess and the Frog was a relatively recent viewing for me. I only saw it about 3-4 years ago, and I loved it. Of course, it's full of jazz music. How could I not love it? I don't know why I hadn't seen it before, but it's fantastic, and I'm really interested to see what he does with it in the full version of this.
Ooh, I got things I ain't even tried. And I got friends on the other side. He's got friends on the number 9.
Great incorporation of number 9. But I also like that there's this sort of effort in, what are the lyrics? I got voodoo, I got da 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 da. And I got friends on the... It's almost throwaway at that point. I love that difference between the lines. That's really, really nice use of vocal technique.
No more, just upset me. Just right here.
I think Mother Gertle gets a bad rap sometimes. I don't hear this song mentioned as much as it should be. Mother Knows Best is great. I listened to that harmony. I know this is what they're doing with it, but oh, it's just gorgeous. Oh. Oh, that lovely note at the end. Again, it's super persuasive Jeff, like I was talking about with Ursula when I did the Little Mermaid medley reaction. I love him singing songs like this. He's the perfect choice to do an amazingly kind of like suggestive and enrapturing car. That's fantastic, and I like that inclusion. I think that's a great song to have in here.
We are Siamese, if you please. We are Siamese.
Jay, we are
Siamese, if you please. We are Siamese. If you don't please.
Ah, those harmonies are amazing. This is gorgeous arrangement.
Siamese, if you don't please. We are former residents of Siam. There are no finer cat than I am.
Pew, 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 pew. Really, Lane? No, not what you see coming. That's great. I did not see that one coming at all. It's a great inclusion. I love the harmony they've put on it. It's so good. There's so much dissonance in that song anyway, and I love what they've done with it. That's fantastic. Also, Lady and the Tramp, here's an embarrassing admission. I haven't seen it yet. I've seen a lot of the big scenes from it, of course, but I've never actually seen it from beginning to end. I need to fix that. I think that might be the first... I'm trying to think what was in everything. Yeah, that I'm pretty sure is the first movie I can say that about, so I'm not doing badly, but this one's a big one I really should have seen and I haven't.
no finer cat than I am.
When there's trouble brewing, there's trouble close at hand. You better pay attention now, 'cause I'm the boogeyman.
I like that we can hear the beginning of Jeff and the percussion here, but not the accompaniment. The accompaniment is very, very different in the actual performance. So this is a different take on it. And I like this one too, but of course they refined it when they did the actual performance of this.
If you wanna shake it, there's something very wrong.
'Cause it's really the last time.
Your new is
Ooh.
something very wrong.
'Cause it's really the last
Wow, you can't even hear Jeff there. It's just a rumble that you feel and you know it's happening. That's incredible.
time.
Your new is all.
Nice. Oh, that the harmony on the wow, that's a gorgeous chord. They all are. I love the pace of this. I love Cruella's, like, for me should be a kickline number. Like, I love it. It's this big brassy jazzy sound, but I also really like what they've done with it here. I wouldn't have expected this, and it's brilliant. I also love how I'm stopping in the same place. I love how quiet the harmony is. Very gentle, very in the background. You know it's there. You can hear it, and the choice not to have Jeff doing anything deep, it's unsettling. You've got this very fast pace going on with Lane, and at the same time just this very, very, very kind of like eerie accompaniment. This is really smart. Oh, Jeff is singing. Wow, he's so in the mix there. I didn't even realize. I thought it was just Ellie and Janon. That's really sorry, Earl and Janon. That's really cool. This is just great. Like, this is one of my favourite Disney songs, and I actually really enjoy what they do. Sometimes I don't enjoy it when someone takes a song and changes it this much, but for some reason this is really working for me right now. I like that's not what you expect at all. It threw me off when it came in. I was like, what's going on here? I like that they've changed something up a little bit there, and it makes it's a sharp difference, makes it stand out well.
No one is quick as Gaston. No one's been like Gaston.
And then we go straight into what we expect. That's a really cool transition. Also like the that Jeff's doing down there. It's just a really nice, it just kind of, again, you're not quite sure what's happening, but there's a slightly uneasy feeling about it, which is great. Like, these villains, they have some of these really happy songs, but they are also villainous individuals, and so it's nice to have that representation of that slightly uneasy feeling that they should be giving you.
No one is quick as Gaston. No one's been like Gaston. A kingpin like Gaston. No one's got a spot club in his chin like Gaston.
Yes, I'm intimidating.
I love how Earl and Janon genuinely could be quite intimidating, and then Jeff just like, sorry, bud. No, I think you're a different kind of villain entirely. I love that Lane pushing, like, I'm intimidating, except Lane's going to fix my hair. The nod too. It's like, I'm intimidating. Yes, dear.
Give me that rock. Give me it to hip.
I didn't catch Ellie flossing in the back. That's funny.
Where's the best? And here comes number 3.
Now, there's an interesting thing going on here, which I quite like too, which is that the harmony isn't really moving, but Jeff is just going lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. And it's creating that space, widening the breadth. And yet, because the harmony isn't moving, we're not getting any levity from it. but they're not crashing down and kind of following him down, which would make it a little bit cacophonous. But it's again, there's a sense of unsettling. Like, this is Jeff being intimidating, actually, because as he's sinking down there, it's sounding more and more serious and dolorous and evil. And because the harmony's staying where it is, there's nothing counterbalancing that in any way. That's a really effective bit of arranging, I think. This is much more kind of... I'm so sorry, J. Nunn, for that particular freeze frame. I feel bad. Much more like... It's very, very in-tempo, pacey, like we've had with some of the others. And it's an interesting choice on this song, because it's kind of... There's a laid-backness to this when it's sung in its original form, and when Jeff sings it. It's got a bit more of a motion vibe. This is cool. Also nice. Wow, that sounds really good for coming from L. Yeah, I love that this is just a completely different take on it to what we got in the Little Mermaid medley. That's also a really, really cool shift. This is great because it's so unusual. You don't expect to hear Be Prepared up. It's kind of cool hearing it sung in a very different style to it is in the movie. Again, I like what Earl's doing with this. Timmy? I like what he's doing with this. It's a very different interpretation, and it's a very effective one. I don't think it's quite as intimidating as the film, but there's something in this that's almost highlighting the intelligence behind the lyrics. It might just be the subtle things, like simply listing off meticulous planning. There's something in his enunciation. It's making it like very sharp and on point. I like it. Ooh, nice bit of vibrato from Jeff there. I didn't hear that. He's got a lot of... My vibrato is terrible, it always has been, but there's a nice bit of motion on that. Ooh. This is a new thing of just throwing the thing. I like that. That's a really nice ending. I like the flexibility of moving up and around. We've got Jeff up, then down, them going up. We've got Earl way high up there. There's so much going on in that. It's a really, really nice arrangement of it. Villains get the best music. With a couple of exceptions. I mean, Under the Sea is great. There's a couple of them out there. Bare necessities. But Villains' music is so good. When I was younger and I started watching Disney movies, all I wanted to be was the bad guy in everything musical, because they get such good pieces of music. Those three ACA Top 10s are so good. I really enjoy all three of them. Sure, I think the Villains is probably the strongest. But they show off so much good music. And I like the fact that they've got a good mix in there of being similar to the original arrangement and completely different to the original arrangement. And they've balanced it really nicely, I think, so that nothing feels out there and too wild, but it's consistent. And yet they're still able to do their own thing with all of it. And that's really, really good. I really enjoyed those. I know I want to go and see if they've done The Lion King, because I don't think I'd realised they'd done that yet. Or maybe that's just one of those things where they have a slightly different version over the ending. Regardless, that was a lot of fun. I know everybody's been waiting for me to do these. I've had lots of comments on my Disney videos and on the VoicePlay Discord, so glad to be able to bring them to you at last, because I really enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching if you're still here with me. I really appreciate it. I hope that you got something out of this, even if it was just mild entertainment. But if there was something I managed to highlight you hadn't seen before, then that's great. Please do like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and if you would care to, head over to buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts, and you can donate there to support the channel, and that would be very generous and kind. If you feel like I have contributed in any way to your enjoyment of this music. And that's going to be it. And that's going to be it for Disney Month, which does not in any way, shape or form mean that's going to be it for Disney reactions, because there's so much that's come to my attention while I've done this. I may have to do another Disney Month at some point, but that won't be for a while. But there'll definitely be some more coming soon. But I hope that you've enjoyed this very, very thematic month. This has been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed doing it. And I think it's allowed me to bring a lot of really cool music, but also introduce some new groups and also look at different things done by groups I'm already very familiar with, and I like that blend a lot. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a lovely afternoon, evening, morning, whatever time it is you're watching this. And back to our regular scheduled programming on Friday, all going to plan. And thank you. Thank you very much for being on this Disney Month journey with me. Take care, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.